As I get older, I discover that ritual and routine is more important. Things like having a meal at a certain time of the day is important. When I was younger, I could skip breakfast or a meal, and it was just kind of keep going as the day progresses. Now I find myself in a more ritualistic mode. Throughout our life, there are rituals that return and are very important. Some we notice more than others, and when we take the time, as I am and I'm getting older and trying to remember meals on a regular basis, so too we have the seasons that move around, the Christmas, New Year's Eve, Easter, and now we are in the midst of Holy Week, an annual event that comes every year, returns into our midst as a very sacred time. It can easily be skipped like breakfast, a meal, overlooked as something in the midst of a busy time. But it is a very sacred presence. And in this returning and in this cycle of time, we are reminded that time is sacred. And the presence of God is in the midst of us. There's a hymn, a great verse of a hymn, time like an ever-rolling stream, bears all our years away. They fly forgotten as a dream, dies at the opening day. In the midst of our time and activity and energy, so much is lost. And yet the presence of Holy Week brings us back to the seed, the core of God, the divine, the holy, the power that formed all that ever was and is and will be, moving the cosmos in the courses of the planets and stars, that this very power is in the midst of our lives. Holy Week is that great intersection where our humanity is met by the divine. And that's not always a pleasant journey. We do not always welcome that challenge, because it causes us to reconsider who we are, what we're doing, our priorities, what might need to be changed, what needs to be transformed or let go of. The violence, the sacred violence that one person must die on behalf of others. We live in a society, in a time in which we expect that there be people dying so that there might protect the right to own guns. What a bizarre world we live in. The power of humanity trying to protect itself or its rights over the lives of others. We live in a very complicated, challenging time of economic inequalities, racial diversity, and tensions and oppressions. And the power of God cuts to the quick in Holy Week and exposes how we so often choose our own will, our own desire, our own way and ego over the very power of God coming into the world again and again, seeding our lives with hope, transformative love, and that which lasts forever, as we cling to that which disappears as time passes before us. We have a very short time on this planet, a very short time to engage with each other and with life itself. Holy Week is an annual time in which we are called to face the blessing of God, to experience the blessing of God, the holiness of the divine, that which is greater than ourselves, that we might let go of ourselves to be held by something larger and become part of a common understanding far greater than anything we otherwise would have known. It is a challenge that faces the sacred violence of our time, as it did when Jesus walked upon this earth. Holy Week is an annual intersection of our own violence and God's love. let us take the time, be still, and reflect and open our hearts, that we might greet Christ and see the power of God working again, and not simply join the mob in crying, "Crucify, crucify him," but rather wait and watch and see and know that something far greater is going on than the political moment and event of today. God has come to be with us and is with us and will be with us. Thank you. Blessings.